What would you recommend to ensure that, or at least encourage people to, if they have employees, what would you recommend implementing for them?
I think space for conversation is one of the most important things that needs to exist in a business where there are employees and lots of people, or even small businesses where there are people involved that's beyond that sort of solopreneur setup. Because the most important thing in terms of burnout is to recognize it first of all, to have a place to be able, a space and a method to be able to recover from it. And to then start to be able to have conversations to reframe that relationship with work. I've got a burnout formula called the 3 R's plus one, and the plus one is reach out. And I think this is so important in businesses, is the starting place is having a place where people can share their vulnerability. And often that comes from the leaders, if the leadership team, if the management team, if that level are exhibiting some of their vulnerability, sharing some of what's going on with them, it enables employees and other people to do the same. And I think it's really important to have a space to do that, because if we did share our vulnerabilities a bit more, we'd all have the courage to support each other a lot more as well.
Is that sort of like a team meeting type scenario, would you say, or something a little bit different?
Yeah, again, if you just start with layers, just the simple "how are you" is a great starting point. And you'd be surprised how many people in teams just go through the day past each other, but don't even ask that. Then that sort of, is there space for a virtual hug every day? Can you have a virtual 5-minute check-in every day? Then actually, layer it up, create a space for someone like me to come in and, provide that sort of facilitative drop-in space. Because sometimes it is hard to have those conversations with your line manager or the people, who are leading the organization. And, creating that safe space is important, and having a facilitator to do that can help, as well as that sort of drop-in coffee room, very easy flowing sort of chat space. And then provide the education around it. I think that's really important as well, to be able to provide information, resource, places to go, who to talk to for people who really are struggling. So again, I think it's a multi-layered approach. You wouldn't just say, right, let's deal with burnout and connection in the organization. Yeah, we'll get Alka in and she can do a couple of talks. Yeah, great. That's back to that end goal, important end goal. But before that, you've got to create the connectivity and, the how are yous and the virtual hugs and the space of conversation, and then build it into the whole wellbeing piece. So it's not just a tick box exercise. I think wellbeing is so important now, isn't it, in corporate organizations and businesses? Again, a real, centerfold for where businesses are revolving around. So really important to change culture around that.
That would be something that you would do. Go and talk to employees within businesses for well-being, from the well-being perspective.
Yeah, I do that. I've got a sort of really lovely sort of membership program as well. It's very bespoke, but again, it starts with having that lifestyle assessment with me. Again, if we can talk at individual level about what individuals' lifestyles are like, again, it's really important to give them space to be able to change that. And then I can go in and do those monthly drop-ins that I've mentioned. I provide the sort of webinars and the education, really tailored to what organisations need, because everybody's sizes are different, their needs are different. So you really need to assess what needs to happen in the organisation first, and the action plan. Certainly, I do go in and provide a lot of talks and support for companies.